So you've got a big new project coming up. You want it to be a collaboration across all the different parts of the business and your team. You've got a room booked, you've got post-it notes, you've got flip charts, maybe even some muffins. What more could you possibly want? Well, it turns out the answer to that is a little bit of self-restraint. What's the collaboration trap? Well, it's the name that I give to the phenomenon of what happens when a team or an organisation or a leader adopts the ideal, the idea of collaboration as something to strive for. Perhaps it's a goal, perhaps it's a value in your team. But then it turns into overload on collaboration, where all collaboration is good collaboration. And that ain't necessarily so. Because it turns out that collaboration is a little bit like ice cream. To have a healthy relationship with it, you need to be able to demonstrate a bit of self-restraint. Otherwise, the risk is you end up in what could best be described as a binge then blowout cycle, where what happens is people get so enthused and so involved and so participative when it comes to collaboration that they then become exhausted from it and end up with something a bit like a sugar hangover, I guess. That's good. Is this tax deductible? Putting ice cream aside, what does that look like? Well, the binge is often people getting invited to way too many meetings, being invited to participate in far too many decisions, CC'd on too many emails, being included on Slack channels and Yammer channels that they didn't really want to be, and then the expectation is that they'll somehow actively participate 24 hours a day. None of this is particularly efficient, none of it's effective, and the risk is that it leaves people feeling pretty jaded about collaboration, full stop. One of the things I love doing is working with teams and organisations to help them avoid the collaboration trap by developing something of a collaboration intelligence. There's a few moving parts to that, but one of the most important ones is learning how and when to say no. It makes me think of my son's birthday party a year or so ago, when I remember we had all of his friends at our house and they were all playing, and I went over to three of them who were sitting on the floor playing with Transformers or something. And I said to them, hey, do you want to come over and join in the game over here? And they looked at me and they said, what are you playing? And I said, oh, we're having a Beyblade competition. And they looked over and they looked at who else was playing and they looked at me and with a perfect smile on their face said, no thanks, we're okay. And continued on with their Transformer game. And I thought to myself, how cool. Not only that you said no, but that you did it in a way that felt just fine. Neither of us felt awkward or embarrassed. When do we lose the ability to do that as adults, to say happy no to the idea of collaborating or to anything when it doesn't make sense to say yes? Collaboration is something more than just a cooperative spirit. Collaboration isn't just a vibe, it's a commitment of energy and resources towards doing something that between us will be better than if either of us worked alone. And that's a choice. Just as when I go into an ice cream shop and I have to get choosy about which of the ice creams I'm going to have in my cone that day, because I can't have them all, we need to get choosy when it comes to collaboration. So how do you make it okay to say no to the idea of collaboration? And how do you help people to develop the language, the awareness of how to make that kind of decision? Avoid the collaboration trap, develop your collaboration intelligence. I'm Simon Dowling. I shall see you next time. And my goodness, this is a good ice cream. Ooh, ice cream headache. It's really quite good. Should we get another one? No? Okay. Oh, still recording.